Welcome. So in this lesson, we are going to be learning about operators. Operators. So in the last class, we looked at variables and data types, data and their types and all of that, and some duty functions. But we could not do much because we haven't really covered operators. So in this particular session, we're going to be giving ourselves the opportunity to write much more impressive programs, simple but still like makes a lot of sense. So um we are going to be covering in this class number one, excuse me, we're going to be covering arithmetic operators. We're going to be covering comparison, comparison. Is it comparison? To compare, I guess. Comparison operator. I might be wrong with the spelling. Then we're going to be doing logical operators. Right. So these are the things that we're going to be looking into. So I just need to come to this place and add three lines like that. Good. So let's start with arithmetic operators. So the arithmetic operators. So we have a few of them. Operators. Control M. Right. So we have a few of them, and maybe in here let's actually draw it out in a table. So we can have a table of the operator, the sign, or we can go the name. This is how you create tables in Jupyter Notebook. Name, the sign, and example. Then we can go like this. Then we go to the next line. This is going to be our real way of showing that this is going to be a table. As add as many as possible. Then this that's going to turn into a table. So we can start adding our examples. So the first arithmetic operator that we're going to be looking at is the addition. Addition, and the sign for that is the plus sign. And you could do something like 2 plus 4, and that's going to return something like 6. Then we can go to the next line. And then this I can just like copy this a few times. This particular line here. Copy it a few times, paste it again, paste it again, and paste again. Then we are going to have subtraction, and that's going to be minus. Then we can do 12 minus 4, and that's going to give us, I think, 8. Then here we can have division, your normal division, and that's going to be with forward slash, and we can have I don't know, 12 divided by 4, and that's going to return 3.0. Then we can have multiplication, multiply, and the sign for that is going to be this asterisk, and we can have 2 times 4, and that's going to be 8. Sorry, 8. Then we can have floor division, floor, floor division, and that's going to be double forward slash, and what that returns is the integer in the whole number in any division. So 5 plus 2 is going to be 2. That is, when 2 goes in 5, it will, how many times will 2 go in 5? It will go in 5 twice. Then for us to actually get the remainder, let's come here, Control C, and come here and say quotient and modulus. Modulus, and the sign for that is going to be the percent sign. And if we do 5 modulus 2, that is going to return 1. What will remain if 2 goes in 5? Then last one is going to be the exponent or power. So power is star star. So we can do 3 star star 2, and that's going to give us 9. That is 3 raised to the power 2. That's going to be 9. So everything that we've seen here, they are all um, the arithmetic operators that we have in Python. So we can look at each one of them. So, addition, like I said earlier, we can print 2 plus 2 or 2 plus 6. That's going to return. Then for subtraction, we can print out. So let's add the answers here and make sure it tallies. So it's going to return 8. So if we print 15 minus 5, that's going to return 10. And division, we can print 15 divided by 3. That's going to return 5. And print 3 multiplied by 4. That's going to return 12. Can print, I think, floor division, 23, 7. That's going to be 3 times 7, 21. So that's going to be 3. Then and print, I can just copy this, come here, paste it, and get modulus. That's going to be 2, I think. Then power is going to be print 2 star star 3, and that's going to be 8. 8. So this is like, they are all simple maths. So this is 2 plus 6, 8, 15 minus 5, 10, 15 divided by 3, 5, 3 multiplied by 4, 12, 23 plus 7, 3, 23 modulo 7, 2, 2 raised to the power 3, 8. So if we run that, we get the exact outcome: 8, 10, 5, 12, 3, 2, and 8. So those are your arithmetic operators. So if we want to like combine um, this with some of the things that we've learned in the past, so we can write a simple program that accepts someone's name and year of birth and return their age. So first thing that we do is we accept the name. We say name. Don't forget that whenever we want to accept things, we use input. So we say enter your name. Then the next thing we want to do is the age, the year of birth. So we can go year of birth, and that's going to be input enter your year of birth. And we've accepted the name, we've accepted the year of birth. What we now need to do is calculate the age. So we can say age equals, calculate somebody's age, that's going to be the year we are in currently, which is 2025, minus the year of birth. So what we now need to do is to print out our outcome and see F string. Then we can greet them and say I, then their name, you are age, years old. So if we run this, first thing is it says enter your name, say Mark, enter your year of birth. This is actually going to throw an error. So enter your year of birth, and the year of birth is going to be let's say 2003. So we do enter, we get an error, and it says unsupported operand types for subtraction, for this operator subtraction, and it is that we are trying to subtract int and string on this line 4, age equals 25 minus year of birth. And that happened because of a very, very important rule. And the rule is that whatever you accept, whenever you accept something as an input, Python is going to automatically return it to you as a string. So if you put your cursor on this stuff, on this input, usually if you're in something like VS Code, it's going to show you that the return type of this is a string. All right. So whenever you accept something, for example, if we come and say year of birth, which is something we just accept now, it is 2003, the last that we type. If we should check the type of it, you're going to see that it is going to be a string, which is not what we want. We want it to be an integer. So what we are going to do is we are going to change the type. We're going to say age equals 25 minus int year of birth, or you could put it at the top here. So if we run it now and we do the same mark again and 2003 again, so it says I Mark, you are 22 years old. So we've been able to use, variables, our knowledge of variables, our knowledge of, data and type of data and string formatting to write a simple program. So if we run this program again and say the name is Azan and year of birth is 1999, enter, it says, I Azan, you are 26 years old. So that is the way to do that. Let's take one more program, one more simple program. So I can say, write a simple program that converts naira to dollar. So first thing is we're going to, give the naira value. So I can say naira equals, and we know that it is going to come in as a string. So we could change it instantly. So we say float input, and we say enter the naira value. Then here we're going to set our rate. So let's say our rate is um our rate is 2000. Then here we can do the dollar value. So we say dollar value is going to be equals to naira divided by rate. So we can come out and print f string. Then we can go naira is dollar. Since dollar value, since we have a dollar sign, we can just put that here. Dollar value at rate naira per dollar, something like that. So if we run that and it says enter naira value, let's say we want to do 1,000, 13,000, 130,000 naira. So if we do enter, it says 130,000 naira is $65 at 2,000 naira per dollar. So that is the way you do something like that. And there are like a lot more things that you can do. For example, you can write a simple program that converts days to weeks. So we're going to say days equals. So again, we go int, then we go input, enter the number of days, then can come here and we can say weeks. That is going to be days floor 7. That returns the number of days. Then remaining days, sometimes we're going to have days that remain. So I can say remaining days equals days modulus 7, whatever remains. So if we pass in 11 days here, it's going to be 11 plus 7, and that's going to be 1. So 11 days is 1 week. And how many days remains? I think it's about 4 days. 4 days. So it's going to be 1 week. Then the 4 days the 4 is going to be the remainder. So we can print out f string. There are week, week. Let's call it on weeks, and remaining days, days in days, days. So basically, is all we're trying to do is there are 1 week and 5 days in 12 days, something like that. So if we run this and we do 23 days, and we enter, it says there are 3 weeks and 2 days in 23 days. So this is how you use operators to like piece together things, and we've seen arithmetic operators. So let's quickly look into comparison operators. So I'm just going to click back into this guy here, Control A, Control C it, enter it, then come down here, add the text one, say comparison operators. Then here I can remove this, then add this. Now this is going to be equal to, equals to, and that's going to be 2 equal sign. Then next one is going to be greater than, and that's going to be greater than like this. Next one is going to be less than or lesser than anyone, and that's going to be less than like this. Then lesser than, then we have not equal to, not equal, and that's going to be not equals like this. And then we have greater or equals, and that's going to be this. Then we're going to have less or equals, and that's going to be like this. And greater equals less, not equals less or equals. Is there another one? I don't think so. So I'm going to remove this. So the example here is going to be equals to, so we can do 4 equals 4, like equals 4, and this is going to be true. And 12 greater than 4 is going to be true, and 12 less than 4 is going to be false. Then 2 is not equals 4 is going to be true, and which one is that? 5 greater or equals to 2 is going to be true also, and 5 less or equals to 2 is going to be false, so something like that. So that is basically all of the comparison operators that we have. We have greater than, we have less than, we have not equals, and we have greater equals to. So whenever you want to do equals, whenever you want to check equivalence, equals, in Python, we use double equals to. So we can say 5 equals 2. This is going to be false because 5 is not equals to 2. And if I should do 5 equals 5, brings out 2 because 5 is equals to 5. So whenever I want to do equals, it must be equals to equals sign. Then greater than is going to be 5 greater than 3, and that's going to be true. All of them, they are really like straightforward. And whenever I want to do not equal, it is going to be 5 not equals to 3, and we have true. So that is that. And we can also use it in a program, but we are going to be seeing more of that when we get to conditionals. We are going to see very sweet application of comparison operators when we get to conditionals. Great. So let us move on. And the next one we are going to be looking at is the logical operators. The logical operators. So let's check that out. What are logical operators? So I should view this and change this to logical operators. There are only a few of them. I think about 3, so I can remove all of this. And they are and, we have or, then we have not. So we have and, we have or, and not. So I'm just going to remove this. I'm going to remove this example block, remove this one also, remove this one, and this one. Then change this one to example. So example can be true and true and true. And that is going to be equals to true, something like that. Then we can have true or false. And that's going to be equals to true. And we have not true. And that's going to be equals to false. So what does this mean? So logical operators help us to actually piece different, booleans together. So, and in the case of true, whenever you have true and true, it is going to be true. It's going to be true. In fact, the only thing that is true whenever we use and is true and true. So every other thing will return false. So true and false is going to be false. False and false is going to be false. True and false is going to be false. False and true is going to be false. So, but in the case of or, only false or false is false. Every other thing is true. So true or false is true. True or true is true. False or true is also true. Then in the case of not, it is just like the other side. So we say, sorry, not true, and that's going to be false. Then not false is going to be true. So we can have something like 2 plus 5 greater than 3 and 3 less than 2. So 2 plus 5 is 7. 7 greater than 3, correct? This is true. And 3 less than 2. So this is going to be false because this is going to um, be true, but this is going to be false. So if we run this, we expect a false. If we run that, I think that's a glitch um, of my internet, and that's one of the downside of collab. But if it goes through, when it goes through, we're gonna get okay. So my runtime got disconnected because of internet, and I think we are back up. So if we run this now, yeah, false as we expected because this is 7. This is 2 plus 5, 7. 7 is greater than 3, true, and 3 less than 2. 3 is not less than 2, so that's false. So true and false is false, like we see here. So if we want it to be true, I could go like this and it's going to be true. Or if we want, in the case of or, if we change this to or, we are still going to get it true. So that is comparison operators for you. And that brings us to the end of this session. We've covered comparison operators, logical operators, and arithmetic operators. And we saw a few examples of the application of arithmetic operators. And in the next class, we are going to be seeing how to use more of these basic foundational ideas in our Python program. See you in the next one.